The Advent of 2020. My dear friends, gathered with me in this house of prayer and gathered in the houses of prayer that are your homes, it's been a long year of waiting. Waiting to determine the depth of the danger. Waiting for a sense of how long. Waiting for clear directions as to what to do next. For some, the waiting has been especially excruciating. Waiting and hoping that a loved one would survive. For too many families, that hope crashed into grief. Too many have lost hope that their jobs will ever return and are desperate for some sense of what to do next. And now, as winter edges ever closer, you and I continue to wait for a vaccine, for a return to normal, for the next crisis. The waiting indeed has been painful and distressing. But for many, this pandemic moment has also been a time of change and conversion. We've grown closer to our families. We have a new appreciation of those who work hard and mostly unnoticed to keep open the services we need to function. We realized that God has raised up many saints in our midst, courageous and brave prophets clad in PPE. And we understand, perhaps as we've never understood before, how much we need one another and can't wait to reconnect with family and neighbors and friends and classmates, live, in person, not on a screen, via Zoom or Skype. This year of 2020 has been one long Advent, the season of hopeful waiting in our church's worshiping year. And it's not over yet. But this year of 2020 has also been an advent of discovery, of awareness, of insight. An advent for seeing with new hearts and spirits God in our midst. Sisters and brothers in faith, here with me and at home, the late spiritual writer, Father Henry Nouwen, wrote that our lives are a continuing advent, an advent in which the Lord is coming, always coming. When you have ears to hear and eyes to see, you will recognize him at any moment of your life. Life is Advent. Life is recognizing the coming of the Lord. As we journey through this, to be sure, difficult Advent of 2020, may we dare to hope for and dream as Advent generations before us, as expectant parents, of a future we are prepared to create, of peace on earth, of the harmony and unity of all creation, of an end to human suffering. May you and I dare to hope for and to dream of swords beaten into plowshares, of a lion and a lamb grazing together, of all nations coming to God's mountain for an eternal feast. And may we who dine with the coming Lord give flesh to that hope and that dream by committing ourselves to being his agents of compassion and peace, to family and friend, to neighbor near and far, to all who cross our path. Then shall the Lord, whenever he comes, find you and me watchful and alert. Then shall the Lord truly be in our midst, each day, every day, strengthening you and me to get through the wait.